Okay, I'm going to show you what I think is the easiest way to make Dauphinois potatoes. Works every time. It's quite simple. In here I've got double cream infused with thyme and salt. There's no pepper in there. The reason why is pepper will just sink to the bottom and you'll have to keep stirring all the time. As thin as you like. I've got the machine obviously, which is always a great help. You might have a mandolin at home, if you've got a mandolin, which would be ideal. Or just be careful with a knife. Okay, and I've just lined this with baking parchment. It's not greaseproof, it's baking parchment. Because we're going to cook this, let it go cold, and when it's cold, we're going to turn it out and cut it into portion sizes and we'll just reheat it with a little cheese glaze on top. One layer, just like that. It doesn't have to be too neat and tidy. Then we'll season it with pepper, because like I said, the pepper will just sink to the bottom of the cream. So we'll put a little layer of pepper in there. Another layer of potato. I mean, everybody's got a different way of making Dauphinois. I just find this really works for me, especially when I've got to make 600 portions, which happens quite often. I'm just making a little bit today. So another layer there. I'm just going to pour half the cream on. I'm just going to hold that to stop any time going in. So it's just enough to cover the potatoes there. Like that. Squash that down. Be careful, you don't want all the creams pouring out the sides. So squash it down just to make sure all that cream is all over those potatoes. Like that. And then we're simply going to cover that with foil. So you will put some cheese on that. So literally just cover it with a little bit of foil. Okay, our Dauphinois have been in the oven for 45 minutes, so I'm just going to take the foil off and I'm literally just going to squash them down a little bit again, just so they stay nice and firm when you cut them up. That's going to go back in the oven for probably about another 45 minutes. It's thick Dauphinois. The Dauphinois come out now. I've just pressed them down again just to make sure they're nice and solid. I'm just going to take off the parchment from the top. You can see they're lovely, they're cooked now. They're ready to go. You don't have to put cheese on top. Quite a few people don't, but we like cheese on top. Just to finish it off, and I've got here a mature cheddar, not too mature, don't need too strong, too heavy. So it's just a nice flavoured cheddar cheese, just a little layer on top. That's plenty, and then we'll just whack it back in the oven for another 5 minutes, just so that it starts to melt. Okay, I think our lovely Dauphinois are ready. We haven't put too much colour on them, they can still cook a little bit more. We're going to let those cool down tonight. They'll go nice and firm, so we can cut them into whatever shape we want to plate up to make them look pretty tomorrow. Just turned our whole Dauphinois potatoes out of the tin. I'm just going to peel this baking parchment off, and you've got a nice solid cake of Dauphinois, if you like. Ready to turn into any shape you like, just like that. So we're just going to cut a nice square. We're not going to just discard these bits. We just want a nice piece for cosmetic purposes, for our plate to look pretty, like that, okay? We're simply going to reheat that, just like that. So those Dauphinois will just reheat for about 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on them, just so they're lovely and golden. The cheese is bubbling on top, and they'll be perfect.